Welcome to A Little in Light. I'm Samantha. If it's your first time here, thanks for popping by. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for sticking in here with us. So today I just want to show you what we've been doing this weekend, since we have baby goats coming very soon. It's actually kind of late for me to start trying to vlog here, but I've had a really busy weekend, and in order to get this done, you just gotta do it when you can, right? Don't mind the massive jacket. It's actually not that cold here, but it was, the first jacket I could grab, and it's waterproof, and it's starting to rain. So I'm out here in the goat pen now. We did a lot of work in this first paddock. There for a long time, there was just some pallets and like an old hay feeder here, mostly to keep Ephraim from, actually there it is on the other side of me, to keep Ephraim from jumping over the poor fence that's over there. So we've got panels, and then we really fortified this goat house. So this is the same goat shelter we had before. It was just farther back, and it didn't have a front or a side, one of the sides. So we just moved that shelter forward and moved the panels up, and made everything in here really nice and secure, because this is gonna be where Ephraim stays full time. I would love to let him out like I do with the girls. Unfortunately, he doesn't respect boundaries. He'll jump right over them, and he doesn't like to be caught either, so he has to stay in here. You like the house, bud? Hey, Isabella. Hey, bud. The other part of getting ready for babies is actually on the other side of this little shelter, so let's go out and around. Right behind me is where this second goat paddock is going to go. But right now it is a hot mess. We've moved everything that was here, moved it up. There's a bunch of vines that were growing up in between these two trees, and Jerry cut them down and like pulled them out of the trees. So the ground is just completely covered. Here's all the vines. So roughly in between those two trees is where this paddock will end. And so it will enclose all of this. And then we already built this shelter. The plan was, and still is, to make this shelter a lot bigger so that it's just one big shelter, and then we'll put a gate in the middle to separate both sides. However, things just didn't quite work out quite right. We buy damaged panels from our local Tractor Supply for like a 50% off discount, which is pretty big. And this time they just didn't have a bunch. So we just bought what we could afford, and we'll do that as time goes on and add on to it. So since this paddock is going to be a little smaller, this is going to be where the girls go. There's more of them, they're going to have babies and stuff, but they get to come out every day. Whereas Ephraim is not going to have that option, so he's going to get the bigger stall on the other side. Jerry is off on Tuesday, so we will finish this paddock and have it ready to go, and then I've also got to buy just a couple of supplies before I feel like ready. The whole reason that we are building this paddock and trying to get it done really as soon as possible is because this coming weekend on the 1st of February is the first possible due date for our girls. They've both started showing signs of labor coming on, and I'm actually planning to do a video all about how to detect labor, but that will come out a little later. And from then it's just going to be a waiting game. I know when the girls' first possible due date is, but because they have been housed with Ephraim, it could be any time after that. Like, they could literally give birth 5 months from today. I don't think that's going to happen because they're both nice and round and they have big udders, but technically it is possible. Before I wrap today's video up, I'm already over here next to the rabbits, so we have to go look at the babies. Hey, little ones. Hey, little one. They have started eating a good bit, and my personal favorite little buck is right there. So right now this little guy is my favorite. I usually have one that I favor out of every birthing group, and it really doesn't hinder me from letting them serve their purpose unless they have really good genetic potential that I can keep them for breeding. And so far he's showing a lot of promise, but we just got a new buck. This beautiful boy. This guy's brand new. Just brought him home today, so he's definitely not used to me. But he is a New Zealand. His name is Elliot. I love his colors. He's so big. Part of the reason we had to find a different buck, other than you, sorry big guy, little guy, whatever, was because he was unable to breed one of our does because she was too big for him. Unfortunately, we have to have versatile bucks. We need them to be able to breed all of the does. And while I absolutely love Doc's color and the fact that he actually gave us babies, he's just not going to be able to stick around here. So next weekend, I'm going to take him to a farm swap, see if we can find him some new ladies. All right, guys. Well, I'm really starting to lose my light here, so I'm going to call it a day and a weekend, actually, because it's Sunday. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm going to do some more in-depth videos this week about preparing for goat birth. If you have any specific questions, please write them in the comments below so that I can try to address them. If you'd like to get a little bit more personal with us, our Instagram is a great place to do that. It's a little bit more into our own world. If you liked hanging out in our little corner of YouTube today, please consider liking, sharing, or even commenting below. This just tells the YouTube algorithm that you like what you saw, you enjoyed hanging out with us, and that it should show our content to other people. It is a great non-committal way of supporting us. Now, if you feel like committing, putting a ring on it, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you are told about our videos when they come out. It's actually starting to rain now. Perfect timing. So until we meet again, bye y'all.